At the start, the game can be quite difficult as it aims to teach you the importance of precision parrying and blocking. However, as you progress, you'll encounter a vast and beautiful world filled with unique enemies and challenging bosses. If you're a fan of artistic Souls-like games with a rogue pace, then this game is a perfect fit for you. However, if you're looking for a game where you can easily one-shot bosses on easy mode, then perhaps this game is not for you. Regardless of your preference, this game is sure to provide an unforgettable and rewarding experience. One aspect of the game that cannot be altered is the static effect that comes with each type of gear. Unfortunately, this design choice means that players must obtain a 4-star gear piece in every slot, which takes about half an hour of grinding. After that, players never change their weapons or gear until New Game Plus, and only then can switch to 5-star gear. The ranked colors do not affect stats, only the number of mods. The game also features a mechanic called morale, which is essentially a difficulty slider that forces players to fight common mobs and explore identical map zones to make the game easier. Failure to do so results in enemy bosses having 90% damage reduction and dealing 4x damage. The same system restricts access to spells, serving only to extend the game time of each map run and punish players for not exploring. There are 25 ranks, but some side quests spawn players in before the boss fight, which takes 10 seconds or less. The game features weapon arts that are based on the types and drops of weapons. While there are over 10 weapons to choose from, there are only 5 movesets available. However, the developers have recently changed the stat scaling to introduce more weapon variety. Unfortunately, some weapon arts have a starting delay or animation of 2 to 5 seconds, which makes them ineffective in a fast-paced parry simulator. Enemies are programmed to punish these moves, rendering them useless. On the other hand, the lightning-fast, low-cost weapon arts seem to do similar damage to the long-delayed or animated attacks. In fact, most of these attacks are worse than simply spamming light attacks. Only 2 or 3 weapon arts physically dash your character around, making them the only ones worth considering. In conclusion, while the game offers a wide range of weapons, the limited move sets and ineffective weapon arts make it difficult to fully enjoy the game's combat system. Unfortunately, the game is plagued with bugs and glitches, causing it to crash repeatedly. The screen flashes white frequently, similar to being flashbanged in Call of Duty, due to a bug. Enemies also glitch out when crossing jumpable terrain. The online mode is also incredibly laggy and terrible, with enemies becoming invincible when players are at a flag. Enemies and teammates can become invisible, teleport, glitch out, and not respond to hits correctly, causing players to take damage from seemingly nowhere. The game also lacks voice chat. The game features an invasion system, but players rarely encounter real players due to the high likelihood of crashing before getting into the game. AI sometimes spawn to simulate invasions, but players may never find an invasion point. Because this was made by Team Ninja, in comparison, Nioh is significantly more challenging, boasts a length 3 times that of this game, and offers a plethora of additional content. Personally, I find Nioh to be more enjoyable overall, which may explain why many individuals are disappointed with this game, particularly since it was touted as the Dark Souls of the Nioh franchise. While some aspects were overly explained, other crucial elements were left unexplained, such as the ability to fast travel back to the hub and the mechanics of parrying while switching weapons. It's frustrating to encounter these issues, and it makes me question the thought process of the developers. Furthermore, the boss battles can be especially problematic, as players may disconnect during cutscenes and not receive credit for their efforts. Although the game boasts an impressive array of weapons and flashy attacks, it ultimately falls short as a red parry simulator. The game's massive parry window may make it seem easy, but only novice players will find satisfaction in mastering it. Additionally, magic builds are virtually non-existent until the end game, where players can finally unlock spells. However, even then, the last spells require players to repeatedly complete mid to late game quests, and they are often just slightly improved versions of earlier spells. For example, players may unlock a spell that allows them to cast 8 lightning bolts for 100 damage each, instead of just 1 bolt for 50 damage. This illusion of choice makes mage builds only viable in the endgame or new game. Prior to that, magic is mostly just used to enhance melee attacks. When it comes to memorable bosses in video games, Lu Bu stands out from the rest. However, the same cannot be said for the bosses in this particular game. It appears to be a hodgepodge of recycled content accumulated over the years. Unlike Nioh 2, there are no complex systems in place to modify or enhance your character's abilities. This game is geared towards a younger audience, where your choice of weapon, clothing, and spells have little impact on gameplay. The only strategy required is to deflect attacks and repeatedly press the square button while holding down the L3 button until your fingers ache. Overall, this game lacks the depth and sophistication of other titles in the genre. Its simplistic mechanics and lack of customization options may not appeal to more discerning gamers. Before I wrap up this video, I want to leave you with a challenge. Take a few minutes each day to reflect on all the things you're grateful for. Write them down, say them out loud, do whatever works for you. But make it a daily habit, and see how it affects your mindset and overall well-being. So, thank you once again for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful in some way. And if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and sharing this video with your friends. Let's spread positivity and gratitude together. That's all for today's video. As always, I appreciate your support, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.